There is a lot of concern from the people in the LGBT community about their rights and safety going into 2025. As we are still early into the year, things may not look promising for many, and they are fearful of what may happen. Nevertheless, it's important to be aware of these things, be prepared, and also not get too emotionally invested in it to the point of it consuming your life. We're going to address these concerns, but we'll primarily cover transsexual individuals as they are the biggest topic right now. As many of you are aware, the LGBT community, especially transsexuals, those who experience gender dysphoria and transition, have become political pawns of those in perceived positions of power. Your politicians with perceived power can try to influence laws to make it harder or easier for transsexual individuals to transition. Unfortunately, transsexuals were in the middle of the conflict among these corrupt politicians, and the topic has become extremely political and polarizing. Things like transsexual individuals competing in sports, bathroom laws, and children transitioning are among the top issues that the news media and politicians blast on repeat until it's ingrained into the minds of the masses. Unfortunately, there is no winning side to this since transsexuals should never have been politically exploited. Yet, they have been, which has now led to a retaliation. Transsexuals competing in sports that don't align with their biological sex, or going into the bathroom that doesn't correspond to their biological sex, and children transitioning are all now cannon fodder for Democrats and Republicans alike to make the masses hate one another and argue among themselves instead of turning the blame onto the actual criminals who perpetrated the division. The truth is, these are all divisional tactics to distract you, with the casualties being those who experience gender dysphoria. Back before there was such awareness of transsexual individuals, those who competed in sports or used the bathroom or even the extremely rare child transitioning wasn't a mainstream talking point. But now it is, and the more who are aware of it, the more who exploit it. Is it right that a man pretends to be a woman just to beat women in sports or to use the bathroom? No, but some people will exploit the system and do this. Does an authentic transsexual who has not had any surgery have an issue changing in front of other people? Yes, they should. But if they don't, this is a clear sign that they are exploiting the system. What about the promotion of dangerous hormone blockers and hormones for children when the science is inconclusive or even shows irreversible changes? Hence why it has been banned in other countries. Is this acceptable? Of course not. But people still believe in it despite science being inconclusive or leans towards harm. Now that this groundwork has been laid, are LGBT people safe in 2025? The honest truth is, no one knows. On a federal level, there are certainly laws that make it harder for transsexual individuals to live as their authentic self. However, most laws in the United States are on a state level. What does your state say versus your neighbor's state say? While it's true that Democrat states would be more accepting, they are also extreme with their beliefs to the point that it's insanity. And while not all Republicans may limit rights, the ones who are the extremists those who have faith so strong that they miss the message their religion is teaching them. Regardless of where you live, you must be aware of the laws that could limit your rights. Most of these laws will be for minors, so that should not be your focus. Rather, focus on the ones aimed at those who are over the legal age to transition. And if you feel it's wrong, make your voice heard with reason. It's important to not be afraid of what may come in the future. Why shouldn't you be afraid and worry? It's because that is what these politicians want from you. They feed on your fear and irrational thinking. Hence why they have pretend fights among one another to make you afraid that they'll take away your rights. They want you to live in a state of panic and fear each day, so you become docile and are unable to think for yourself. Once you realize this, then it all makes sense why they do what they do, and why you should stop living in fear and just be you. Only you can prevent yourself from being happy and having a fulfilling life. So be that person regardless of what anyone says.